Alright, hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. And let me try and snipe these bots here. Yeah, and you know, this is still an ongoing problem. It's not changing, it's not going away, it's just the usual stuff. So, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And wait for it, they're about ready to probably start attacking. Yep. Right on cue. And now they'll vanish after that. Or they did that just so they wouldn't get kicked off yet. But we'll see here. But anyway, this isn't necessarily what this video is about. However, this kind of segues very nicely. Oh, there they go. There they go. Yep. That segues very nicely into this. Bots and Battlegrounds. Now, I'm sure you've probably already seen videos on this already, but I'm also going to bring it to your attention if you do not know, and put my, you know, obviously, not necessarily spin on it, but my thoughts on it as well. Let's see. Did they just add bots to Battlegrounds, they ask. And here's the giveaway on if you're in a Battlegrounds with bots. Which I have my suspicions now, they might have reverted things and turned that switch back off because of how Battlegrounds class distribution from yesterday, the day of the patch, to now the day after seemed to have gone in complete reverse. And back to taking a nosedive, and it's back to being a mess all over again. So I think they flipped the switch and turned off the bots. I'm not entirely sure. Again, let me know in the comments down below. For one, if you've experienced the bots in these matchups, which we'll go over and set exactly what it says here. They'll be 1200 flat Paragon. It's funny, it says was Paragon 1200 precious. I don't know what the precious part was. I just find that funny in the text. Without exceptions, and they were a Paragon. This person typing this was 1228. All 15 other were around 2K reso, and he thinks 10 of them were exactly 2060 resonance. So they all had the same Paragon level, the same exact resonance. And I think there was also a video that Echo did showing some of them have like a certain, I don't know if it was the hit rate or what have you on them was pretty high. Something was the same on all the characters involved. There was an actual video clip on his channel of somebody that sent him stuff through Discord, and you know, a lot of people send him videos to show. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that, but because this is in the lower tier brackets, the lower tier brackets of Battlegrounds, like bronze, maybe silver, when this all stuff was kind of going down. I find it funny that they decided to go that route with the lower tier brackets, like nobody would notice, for one, and for two, again, I didn't notice it at all yesterday myself in, you know, the legend brackets, and a lot of us, the rest of us didn't. And I was happy yesterday that I made, well, the video I made before this one, I showed a bunch of end cards and talked about how it seemed to be pretty balanced and pretty even. Now, next day, it seems like they just flipped the switch again and turned all that off, and then we're back to complete clusterfuck. So, yeah. That's what I wanted to bring up here. If anybody had experienced the bots, the botting in Battlegrounds, if you have, let me know what your experience was with that, and if it's still carried over into the next day, which is now today, by the time of this recording anyway. I feel like they might have flipped that switch off because of what they saw that we caught on right away to their terrible tactics. I'm trying to stay as objective as possible on this, and you know, some people say that, you know, I kind of be a little bit, can be a little bit salty, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm trying to just call things as they are, at face value for the most part, and trying to be objectively as possible. I am a free to play in this game, so that already right there is a struggle in itself. But now with these kind of changes that they have been doing, it flips a lot more on its head than I honestly feel like is necessary. Now we're gonna lean into, let's see, we're at oh, composite gems. Yeah, let's go into composite gems now. Oh boy. not composite gems necessarily are in the game yet, but
Yes.
they gave us
Welcome to my establishment.
split normal gems.
Nothing worth my time, then. Very well.
Well, you're not worth my time either. But for the sake of the video here, I'm not going to split these, but you get 3 weekly gem splits. This is the second half of the video here. I was going to do this separately, but we're just going to tie this together into a quick bow here, because simply put, this will probably be the precursor release to the composite gems. Why else would they put this in at this point? If they wouldn't have put this in, they should have put this in the patch where we got the familiars, where they initially were trying to give us the composite gems. Then this would have made way more sense to put this in instead then, as opposed to now, because most of us are a bit more wise to the where of...
Feel free to peruse the lesser merchandise as well.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I honestly feel like these are going to be the precursor to the composite gems coming back around, which is really, really going to sour a lot of people's moods even further, unfortunately, and I am sorry for that. But if any of you out there can see how this would be potentially better otherwise, let me know in the comments. But for the most part, the general consensus across the board so far in the community, from what I've seen in other videos and so on and so forth, even some whales were stated at saying they are not going to be dumping obscene amounts of money to build those gems up all over again when they've already put a substantial amount in. Unfortunately, this does seem to be the trend of how the developers are going with this. They're trying to just really hammer it home with, I don't know if they feel like it's gotten to a point of no return with certain things in the game that they can't fix, or they just refuse to, and now they just keep pushing more and more and more upon us that we really don't want. Another case in point is, let's go here. Somebody put this long post up here. What will be your breaking point as a player? High time something was done about Battlegrounds and PvP. Game is almost 2 years old now and worse than it was at launch. We didn't ask you to balance melee versus ranged. We didn't. We asked you to balance the classes, which means we don't want to see 4 Crusaders versus 4 Monks. The simple fix was limiting 2 per class per team. Now, that was supposed to be with the class distribution patch that we recently got. However, it feels like they've already turned that off a day after. While you implement none of the community asked for, and you don't listen to the payer base, and it's apparent. Now, this person, okay, let me get further down here. They did say, regards an extremely disgruntled, not free to play, who will leave the game if meaningful changes aren't implemented by the 2nd year anniversary. So yeah, there's a lot hinging on this. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, and then the composite gems here, they're chiming in too. No one is asking for the composite gems. Please stop. Yeah. So, that's estimated to be what, another like 50K if they wanted to max out all composite gems, supposedly. Ballparkish, I think. So yeah, we're seeing the trend, of course, with how they develop things, so to speak, and it has, I think, reached look who's here, reached that breaking point, I think, with a lot of aspects in the game. I'm trying to stay optimistic, but I'm also being a realist and breaking it down, like I said, at face value as to the patterns of which have transpired as of late, and I'd like to see that not go the other direction, but it seems like they just still continue to ignore. I tried to put out that one video, and so did a couple other the Diablo Immortal content creators in the partner program and such, about, they're listening to us now, and then wouldn't you know, now they're like, they don't care about us at all, blah blah, like a two-faced coin. It's like, yeah, it's either one extreme or the other. So I'm trying to be a little bit more in the middle ground, but yet at the same time showing, here's what it is, here's exactly what we've been dealing with, here's what things could be done to change. However, I don't know. At this point, it seems like they just flat out refuse, and I will unfortunately take my side to that and agree. As of what I had tested the past couple days as well, since that update went live with the class distribution balancing, it feels like that's already been reversed, and they turned the switch off, maybe because of people caught onto the bots and they didn't think that we would. But come on now, we're a bit smarter to that than they think. However, they're still trying to play the money ploy, I think. I'm still pretty sure the split gem update was a precursor to the composites. So be that as it may, we'll see how this unfolds, as time will only tell. And until then, I finally, on the positive note, I'm going to end this out with, I finally got the shoulders. I finally unlocked the shoulders, and they're a lot of fun. I'll put out another video here with my dungeon build that I run with, that I'm having a lot of fun with since I finally got these things. It took forever, and I did not get them through the loyalty bonus, of course, because why would I? But I got them on a drop from a raid this morning, so I'm happy. I got to finally test them out. I'm playing them on PC, so whether they're bugged or not, I'm enjoying this toy right now for what it is. I tried it out in some PvP matches. I'll put those up here in a little while as well. But it's kind of a mixed bag in PvP. It has its moments, but but not really. It's hard to explain, and I'll go into that in more detail in another video. But anyway, this was, of course, one more time a wrapping up about bots and Battlegrounds, and possibly composite gems on the way, as the split gem update was kind of leading up to that, I think. But let me know what you think down in the comments below on those two topics that I just recapped here. And as always, stay safe out there as always. Till next time, see you guys.